Today he will we talk about linked list per se, and without further ado, we're gonna establish everything proper before we begin. So yep, so let's establish everything. Here per se, linked list, obvious use force to actually argue against the linked list. We have conditions. Obviously that we have like a before conditions and the after conditions per se. And as much as we do quite a bit of like Leetcodes, but still feel uncomfortable per se. So we have to draw inspiration from the playout series. And with that said, I think the core objective, as the question, the title suggests, add two numbers where everything is like in reverse order, which is good because it's in the ones and the tens and hundreds. Works with adding two numbers per se. Core objective is to actually add all these two numbers and return back to the system per se. So core objective per se is to add the two numbers together. So with here, what do we actually do? Come along. 527 640. I noticed before everything, they already give us like a in array linked list. It's already in linked list for 1 and 2. So 527 640 0 and then carry 4 3 8. So if it's empty of this 0 0 3 3. Fine. I think the fundamental flaw for this that it doesn't talk much about the edge case per se. So for edge case, it say there's a 8 and a 5. One at list 1, list 2. Both don't have like the front value. So this will give me a 3, supposed to carry 1, but now that's empty, you won't do it. For here, sure, it's gonna carry because there's obvious like 2 items over here, it'll do a carry. But here, it doesn't have anything. It wouldn't know, you in the system, you got to tell that if there's a carry, you got to continue it, right? So you got to continue so that you can add a 1, and then you get a 13. So that's the main idea. And obvious, this one, it's a very coding specific, where you need to take care of this edge case. And for this edge case, I will call it operation Z. And obvious, when there's like item for us to actually do a carry, returning it as like operation y. So you do obviously see that in ops y you find it like easy breezy, but when you go to z operation per se, you must tell the system 85, but oh, my here is empty, I need to do a carry, right? So you got to do a separate item to be able to actually recognize that, oh, there's an empty, that you got to sort of like add, so that you get the eventual 13 per se. So I think I'm not gonna try to be smart about stuff and try to actually brute force my way to actually draw sort of like inspiration per se, but obvious it's I will want to use my brute force to actually fight against my linked list, but obvious linked list is considered to be a hero with a job, and the argument usually for this case is that you're gonna argue in a very stupid way, I'll say. So let's get into it. So for brute force, what it's gonna do, it's not gonna be able to actually add the two values like this. Obviously, they didn't even talk about action verb, and that's the problem over here. That we know that hero can actually cast the spell of like action verb per se, but I don't really see much on them talking about it. They are just talking about like the bigger scope of things, and if we were to zoom in a little bit, they're supposed to be have some sort of like action verb that's actually happening, but we can't really see it, and it's really frustrating to actually fight this problem per se. It's really frustrating in my opinions, and I just feel it this way, that's alright. For the spell on action verb, it is able to plus 5 and 2 together to get the 7, but for brute force You can't access like this. You only can access the next item per se. And this is a problem. It's because you have to do this. One of the rulebook on the map is that you got to add the 2 items. But for brute force, you can't access 2 items. And it's messing up the code. So that, I would say, is the counter argument for brute force against my hero. Because you can't talk about coming into my question, trying to solve the problem when you can't even access these two numbers altogether, which is under the rulebook. You have to do it. If you don't do it, sorry, you're out. And for most cases, when you actually use brute force to actually argue against this hero, a hero with a job, you're gonna lose in this way, guaranteed. Which is the smart maneuver around the map per se. So yep, with that, everything comes to an end.